5 reasons why most employees hate their jobs and what you need to do if you're an employee. According to over 1 decade study by Gallup Poll, 85% of employees all over the world hate their jobs. For over a decade, Gallup has polled millions of employees from about 200 countries around the world about their level of job satisfaction. In 2013, Forbes magazine reported on the poll saying work is more often a source of frustration than fulfillment for nearly 90% of the world's workers. While some countries of the world have 70 to 75% of employees who hate their jobs, some have as high as 95%. However, if all the figures are put together, 85 out of every 100 employees around the world confess to hate their jobs. But why? Why do people hate their jobs? There are 5 basic reasons for that, and that's what this video is all about. If you're new here, consider subscribing so that you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Number 1. Lack of control. My father-in-law was hospitalized the other day, but he had to leave the hospital bed to go to work and come back to the hospital after work. Some jobs could be as crazy as that, and I don't know how anyone in such condition can ever be happy. You see, most people of the world are not lazy, but every human needs to be in control of how he uses his energy to be truly happy. Most people will be 2 times happier if they have the opportunity to dictate when to work, how to work, and for how long to work. Unfortunately, most people of the world don't have this luxury. Instead, they have to resume to a certain office at a given time, do predetermined things, even if they hate them, and close at a given time, even if they are already tired. Most people will still have to go to work, even if they have headache or fever. Because of this lack of control over their lives, it's easy for most employees to feel less human, and that's one of the reasons why most people aren't happy about their jobs. What is the way out? Look for a job that can give you some control over your time and life, or start your own business. I know, none of these is easy, but they are possible if you are willing to make some sacrifices. Number 2. No room for creativity. I was once in a bank hall where a banker was attending to an old man who came to the bank to withdraw some amount to feed himself. This man was so old that he couldn't sign his teller. What should the banker do? Though she saw the old man's photograph via her computer and knew he's the owner of the account, her bank's law says she shouldn't give money to anyone except the teller is signed, and that's what she did. As human beings with emotion, that lady will probably remain unhappy for the next few hours. Most jobs come with certain commandment. Do this, don't do that. If for any reason the policy of the company seems not to make sense in any given situation, you still have to abide by such policy if you don't want to lose your job. Because every human being needs to use his head to be happy, most people will simply feel like a machine in a situation where creativity isn't allowed. What's the way out? Work your way to the top where you'll be allowed to use your brain. Get a job where you'll be allowed to use your brain, or start your own business. Number 3. No sense of purpose. Most days when I open my email, I receive a mail from someone who feels that one of my books has changed his life. I bet there's no feeling on earth you can compare to that. More than money, we all need to have a sense of purpose. More than the paychecks, to be truly happy, we all need to feel that we are making contributions to some lives, because the true joy comes from having a sense of purpose. Most employees can't have this feeling because the corporate system was not designed to give most employees sense of purpose or contribution. Do your work the way you are required to do it and get your paycheck. How your work contributes to the society or serves the company's mission, that's not usually your business. How can you have a sense of contribution? Choose to work for a company whose mission you believe in or start a company or charity alongside the mission you're passionate about. Number 4. Lack of cash. While money is the number one thing most people consider before they choose where to work, I think the previous 3 things are as important. But because we are living in a capitalist world where it's very expensive to keep your life going, money becomes very important. Most people in the world are underpaid, and there's nothing much anyone can do about it because the supply for labor is higher than the demand. Underpaid employees can't be happy because they won't be able to afford the good life they deserve. What's the way out? Increase your standard. Change what you believe about yourself. Change what you believe is possible. Most people have accepted their situations and are willing to endure it. Such people usually think that others who are having better income are either lucky or fraudulent. No, they dreamed it and fought for it. There are employees who start part-time businesses, invest or even redesigned their jobs to suffer for few years to be able to have the kind of income they desire. But most people will never do that. If you can't change what you think is possible for your life, you can't have it. If you can't fight for what you believe, you can't have it. Number 5. Little or no celebration. Abraham Lincoln once said, "I can live on a good compliment for 3 months." We are humans and we love to be celebrated. Unfortunately, many corporate mafias don't care about you, especially if you are a low-ranking employee. Because people are not appreciated for their hard labor, they can't possibly be happy with their jobs. What's the way out? Well, like most other points made in this video, the only way not to be a victim of men is to free yourself from their hands. When I was age 13, I asked myself, why does everyone want to be an employee? When I was 19, it had become very obvious that I would not be a happy man as an employee. So I decided that I would rather build my own company or die trying to. There were no 2 options for me. I couldn't endure half of what I saw employees going through. Though it took me several years, I was able to create the kind of life I love for myself. Robert Kiyosaki was asked, how can an average investor make money? His answer was very simple. Don't be an average investor. If you ask me, how can I get people to treat me well? My answer will be, don't ever be in a situation where you need a paycheck from anyone, or you should become so much valuable that your company can't do without you. If you don't need anyone to give you a paycheck, or you are so much valuable that the company you work for can't do without you, then you'll be able to dictate how you work, when you work, even where you work. Plus, you'll be appreciated and allowed to be creative, and you're much more likely to feel the sense of purpose. You enjoyed this video, didn't you? We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we unpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.